Brigantia Blackbird of Blackbird's Brew. Happy Friday and welcome to Storyteller's Corner. We're going to be talking about the Lord of the Rings and addressing the question of what is the Ring of Power. Now, I'm not talking about the physical object itself, a band of gold with an inscription on it. That much we can all see. The real question is, what does the ring represent and what is the true nature of its power? Now, geek that I am, I've listened to a variety of opinions and analysis and commentary on this subject, but the explanation that's been offered that resonates with me most strongly is that the ring represents sophistry. Now, just in case this term sophistry is unfamiliar to anyone watching the video, let's briefly define it. Merriam-Webster.com describes it as reasoning that seems plausible on a superficial level, but is actually unsound, or that is used to deceive. And if you cast your mind back to how the ring affected various characters and the story that really felt its effects, you may have noticed a pattern. It twisted the person's character around. It imbued them with a sense of desperation and megalomania and grandeur, and it egged on the belief that if the ring was just in their hands, somehow they would be the ones who used it for good. It would work out all for the best, despite the ring's universal detrimental effects on those who are under its influence. That is a powerful metaphor. Every day we are assailed with ridiculous ideas, and we are heartily assured by the people promoting those ideas that they have a plan to make this idea work, and they flatly ignore the track record of those who attempted it before them and the disaster left in their wake. Sophistry is also like a weed. If it isn't immediately recognized and discarded, it takes root, it chokes out what's around it, and completely takes over the area. And sophistry doesn't bear up well under scrutiny either, which partly explains the absolutely apoplectic reaction of people whenever someone, pokes holes in their reasoning, and why they have to resort to distortions, to deliberate misrepresentations and personal attacks to distract from the complete inadequacy of their precepts. What's even more frightening is how difficult it is to try and inoculate your own mind from sophistry. It seems to be part of human nature to have a vulnerability in this matter, so it definitely keeps us on our toes. Now, as I was doing a little bit of reading for this, I came across a quote by Aristotle from Metaphysics. He stated that sophistry was wisdom in appearance only. If we don't trouble ourselves to look beneath the surface of ideas or are disinclined to be deep thinkers, this increases our vulnerability to sophistry. How many people do we know who just read the headlines, or they take slogans at face value, or they just believe what they're told without actually analyzing the facts? How many people have you known who have been consistently surprised by the disparity between what people say and they believe and stand for, and then what those same people actually do and the consequences of those actions? Now, granted, it would be arrogant to imagine that we could never fall prey to shallow thinking and this lack of reflection or self-awareness. It can happen. We are imperfect creatures. We are vulnerable. But it is a different matter altogether to make a habit of actually enabling that vulnerability, because that assures that we're going to be taken in by every single piece of foolishness that crosses our path, and in case you haven't looked around the world lately, there's a lot of foolishness afoot. Then, if the error is compounded by never questioning the sophistry, then we fall prey to its power at a much deeper level, just as characters in Lord of the Rings lose themselves to the ring's influence completely. The story is a powerful warning about the consequences of filling our minds with bad ideas, and I think that is more than relevant given what's going on in the present day. So that's what I have to say about it and what I think about it. Let me know what you think in the comments below or on Blackbird's Brew on Discord. There's a link to join in the description box below. By the way, if I haven't responded to your comments, it's because I'm not getting proper notification. It does seem that YouTube and BitChute and Rumble are all a little bit iffy about letting me know when someone comments and if I respond, if they responded to that comment. So you are absolutely guaranteed to get a hold of me on Discord if this is a topic you would really like to sink your teeth into and really discuss. So that's that. I think that'll be all for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.